In today's video, I get a request to winch someone out of a ditch, and it's during a severe blizzard warning. So slow going on the way over there, visibility is really poor, a lot of blowing snow.
Please say a command.
And so the audio in this video is going to be a little weird because I make a couple phone calls and I had to edit all that out. But you certainly won't miss anything. So really slow going on the way over there. Not a lot of traffic, but there were a lot of vehicles that were just, I guess, paralyzed, like just sitting in the middle of the road with their four-way flashers on, and I don't know if they were afraid to move or had poor traction or what, but something I saw over and over on the way over there was just vehicles kind of sitting around. So plenty of people off the road and in the ditches as well.
I just gotta make sure I don't end up in a ditch myself.
There's one, there's another.
There's a bunch of cars in the ditch. Is that you?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So the customer helps guide me in.
Alright.
And then, of course, with poor visibility, and this is a pretty narrow road as it is, so kind of difficult to turn around. I really wanted to make sure I didn't go in the ditch myself. So, yeah, it took me, a few turns back and forth. But eventually I get turned around and oriented to go ahead and pull with the winch if I need to. So I basically block the northbound lane. And again, there's not a lot of traffic, so traffic can work around me in the southbound lane. So I get the vehicle oriented and make contact with the driver. The plows were definitely out, but with the blowing snow, there's it's kind of futile. So I'm not sure why this guy stopped. I didn't talk to him, but he sat there for a while, confused, I guess. Not sure. So one thing I like to do is clear all the snow from around the wheels before I do a winch. One is, I like to see if the car can get out under its own power. But two, that way you also could check for rocks, stumps, fence posts, signs. Who knows what might be underneath the vehicle and it can hang up on. So it's always good to clear all that snow from around there. And I carry a small, like a metal spade and then a snow shovel. So plow driver just stopped to make sure I was okay and see if I need any help. And so I just keep clearing one wheel at a time. So a bunch of plows go by. They're definitely out in force. So I start winching out my winch cable, and I like to do that under power. I know a lot of people will just free spool it, but I don't know. On my winch, it seems like all the line just like kind of like a spring. It just puffs out, and so I always do it under power to keep the cable nice and tight. And so my winch is a Warn VR10 10,000 pound winch that I bought in 2017. So it's been on the vehicle for 8 years and still going strong. So I tighten up the cable and then get back inside the cab. The advantage of winching from inside the cab is that you can stand on the brake, which improves your traction and also takes a lot of pressure off the transmission. But the disadvantage is you can't really watch your winch cable. So if you're pulling at an angle, like I kind of am right now, it'll spool up all on one side of the winch drum. So you do have to keep an eye on that. So I start the pool, and it's definitely just slow going, but it's not a heavy car. So what I did is I use an axle strap and I put it through the rim of the driver's side tire. So just wrap it around that tire through the rim and then connect my winch cable to the little hooks that are on each end of the axle strap. And that's a great way to pull vehicles out. It's a very strong point on the car. And of course, a lot of these new vehicles, they don't have great winch points on them. So then I ended up spooling out my winch cable a little bit and trying to get it wrapped on the drum a little better. So I finished that. Check with the customer just to make sure that they have traction, they can move the vehicle, and yeah, they're good to go. And so we're both back on our way. All right, hope you enjoyed it, and as always, thanks for watching.